So hello and welcome to this flight on the Boeing 737-600 aircraft. That is PMDG add-on, and please note that this video is not related to real aviation procedures. This is virtual aviation with a virtual airline called Tunisair Virtual. Let's go to the cockpit now. Alright, welcome back. So now before beginning with startup procedures, let's begin by checking the cockpit, checking the windows. We got the fire bottle here. We can move on to our seat. Alright, that is perfect. Now we will firstly begin by opening the battery. We set it to on position and we close the cap. After it, we will go to the emergency exit, emergency exterior light. We put that to armed and we close the gap. After that, we go to the FMC, FS actions, ground connections, and we set the ground power to on position. So this will be a normal flight from Carthage to Monastir Bourguiba, so we don't need the air start unit nor the air conditioning unit. Our aircraft is doing well, we don't need maintenance, so we will just remove the pitot covers. Now we will go to the overhead. We will set the ground power to on position as it is available. On position, that is perfect. Our aircraft is now power supplied with electricity. Right? Now I will firstly begin with the IRS, left IRS, right IRS. That is perfect. Now I will check the fuel. So we'll go to fuel. We will need 2,534 kilograms of fuel for this short flight. It will be a ferry flight, so we don't need passengers, so it will be empty. 0 passengers, 0 cargo. That is perfect. Now we will move on to the overhead. We will set the fuel pumps to on position, all of them. If it is like a long haul flight, these fuel pumps will be set to on position. After it, we will go to this. We will set it to on. There's no smoking sign. Fasten seatbelts will be set to auto. After it, we will check everything here. Everything seems good. We will check these window heat. We will set them to on position. After it, we will go to the hydraulics. We will set them to on position also. Now I will just try to get a better view of the overhead. That is perfect. We will go to this side where all the pressurization and all the packs and bleeds are here. So we got the recirculation fan, which is on auto position. Packs, we need packs for the pressurization, so we put them to auto position. But remember that before starting engine, we have to put them to off position. The isolation valve, no worries, we can put it to auto position. Some people leave it to open, but I will just put it to auto. After it, we will check the APU bleed and all the bleeds here in a few minutes when we will start the APU. So now here we got the pressurization altitude. Our cruising altitude will be flight level 240, so we'll put flight level 240. If you have any step climbs or something, before flying, just put your initial cruising altitude here, and after it, if you have a step climb, just put your step climb altitude before climbing to your altitude. Our landing altitude now at Monastir, landing altitude threshold is at 8, so we will put it to 0 position as it is the closest to our value. Now we will begin with the checks. Right, just shaky here. Okay, flight recorder will be set right? Display set. IRS align. We'll begin with a stall warning test. Number 1, working. Number 2 is not working. So that's probably related to the electricity. Maybe to some we need some electricity. After it, maybe with the APU it will be working. So first check it is not working, but we will check it later with the APU. Now the Mac airspeed warning, number 1 is working, number 2 is also working. Alright, that seems good. Ignition to both. Well, with the PMDG is no worries if it's left or right or both, but as I am a perfectionist I put it to both. We will move back to the cockpit. Now we will go to the FMC, enter IRS position, so we will go to position in it. We will set Delta Tango Tango Alpha. We are at position Papa 17. We will take this position here, this value, and we will put it here in the IRS position. If you don't have a value with the gate or your gate is not detected, just go to next page and you take the reference position here and you put it there. Alright, now we will go to route. Origin is Delta Tango Tango Alpha. We take Delta Tango Mike Bravo for our arrival. Co-route, we will take, as we have a saved flight plan, we will just load it. This one, execute, will be runway 29. For the moment, we will just check the wind. Winds at Carthage are 334 at 4 knots. Winds are pretty calm, but I'd prefer to take 29 for security purpose. Alright, flight number is tuner 9054. We activate and we execute. Now we will go to departure arrival. Departure will be runway 29 and the SID is Didon 3 Delta. That is set. Now we will check our arrival. It'll be runway 25 for the moment. We will just check the METAR. Winds are coming 34014 knots. That is perfect for a 25 arrival. And I saw that winds are pretty calm. No, winds are pretty high, but we got a good visibility. So we will take a visual runway 25 at level 1 kilo. And we'll go via Kurat. Kurat is our visual point. It's a little island, just beside Monastir, and we will take it as a visual point. Right. Now we will just check route data. We will check the winds if we have any value. So we got at Didon point 351053. That is also our cruise value. Then we will go to init reference, 0 fuel weight, just click here and it will automatically load the value, which is your value now. 0 fuel weight 36.4. Planned fuel, just check here, total fuel 2.5, so we will set 2.5. Reserve, final reserve, we have at least 0.8 tons of fuel for the final reserve and 0.6 tons of fuel for the alternate, which is Fax Airport. It will make at least 1.4 tons of reserve. Cost index always 13. Cruise altitude 240. Right, cruise wind it is 351 at 53. And transition altitude in Tunisia is 6,000 feet. Execute. We go to N1 limit we will just check our values that is given by the dispatch. So will be a takeoff rate 2 with a climb limit with 64. Alright, degrees Celsius value for the right. Now we'll just check the METAR for the takeoff. 3304 knots. Perfect. Will be flaps 5 for the takeoff. Center of gravity set. And now V1 is 102, 104, 109. What I got by the dispatcher is 106, 107, 109. I think it's better. So we will change it to 106, 107, and 109. So don't forget to activate your V-speeds here by clicking on this side, so that your V-speeds can be seen here and also can be detected in your aircraft, so that your co-pilot can just say V1 and rotate. Alright. Now you'll check the climb phase. Everything is here. Cruise phase. Estimate for about 1.6 tons of fuel at Monastir. Descent phase. We will go to forecast and we will set the transition level to 060. Altitude will be flight level. So just for information, this is the side where you can put all your wind values for if you got like maybe a step climb or something, but here we got only flight level 240 with a value of 351 at 053. Perfectly done. Now we will check our trim settings. Will be 4.60. We got 4 here. Right. That is done. We will make some tests. Good. Here.